Morning, YouTube. Mike here. It is a rainy day today, very rainy. Wanted to show you guys, I put another little shelf, so I have two now, one on each side. I only had one where the ladder was and stuff, but started to get, I know it looks a little janky, but let me tell you, nothing falls out, everything stays, nothing rocks back and forth, so it works out good. Building up my inventory a little more. Sorry about that. Let me put this in here. So building up my inventory, needed more space, so I wanted to make it, neat and make sure it's okay. Today is a Tuesday morning, 8:40, and how many jobs I got today? So let me just double check. A lot of times I have it on my clipboard right there, but I get a lot of my schedule on my phone because I can just call people and tell them I'm headed there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 jobs today. My first job I'm headed to is a dishwasher, GE not coming on. So a lot of times, like I said, you don't know what's going on. Talked to the lady, but she wasn't home. She didn't have the mile and serial number. And a lot of times we tell people to email and get back with us. A lot of times they don't, but we try. I have a COD call for a 48-inch fridge freezer. Thermostat isn't stable. This is a customer that I've been there so many times. It's to the point where my wife is just like, I don't even tell him anything. He just says, I need Mike out. You're like, okay. Like, that's it, pretty much. And I'm there. So last time I went to him, he had an LG washer not draining, changed the pump out. Before that, he has multiple repairs on that washer, but he's had repairs on his dishwasher. His fridge is a built-in, matches with his cabinet, so we'll see what's going on with it. Today I wanted to talk to you about a couple things, not much. This weekend I had some vehicle maintenance things I had to do. Changed the oil on my other van. I just changed the oil on this van, and I do all that myself. And I make sure I do it. This one is synthetic, so I wait a little longer. I don't do the whole 10,000 miles. I'll do like 6, 7. It all depends on how the oil really looks to me too. But I'll make sure. And one thing I know is that you change the oil on time every time. That'll make that vehicle last a lot longer. So, and make sure you check your water, and coolant levels and stuff like that. These vehicles are going to be driven a lot if you're doing a lot of, since I got this vehicle, I've already put about 10,000 miles on it, and it's only been a couple months. It's about to be 10,000 miles like in another 40 miles, pretty much. So that's how it goes. So you got to make sure you, have that maintenance on it. Yesterday, what happened, I don't want to show when it's driving. I probably should have did the video while it was happening. Walked out of a customer's house, and I got into the, put my stuff up, got into the van, and I was making a U-turn. It's like a little neighborhood, so it's only like a dead-end street. It's only one way to in and out. So something doesn't feel right. I get out the van, tires flat. First flat of in this van, and it's gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to you, and I've been through this so many times, more than one hand, that where I've had a flat on the road, or something's broken down, or anything like that. It's happened to me. So main thing I want to talk about in this video too is to make sure preventative maintenance on your vehicles. So now, and you know what, to be honest with you, I probably could have got a tire, but that's not what happened. So let me explain the situation. I come out the customer's house. Like I said, I found out the tire's flat, completely about, flat pretty much. I find where the hole is, and it's not like, I was so hoping it was a nail, but it was a blade. It looked like a top of a a cutter. Something just snapped off, and it was just like this, maybe. Oh, that was my battery charger. I didn't pack that in. I did all this morning with the shelf and it's raining, but yeah, so it's about that big. So what I did was, that's one thing you want to keep, and that's what just you heard, is the battery charger. I mean, jump starter, and it's a air compressor. So I turned the air compressor on, got enough air in it to get me to the gas station, and saw what I was working with a little bit more. Because once you get to the gas station, and this is what I probably should have had on my van already, that I should have known, because I've had them on my old, when I was working for a company, we've had certain things like this on the van. So, and if you don't, it's so funny. It's one time, I'll give you this one story real quick, just a side track. I was, tires flat, it looked like it was slow leak. So, and I was nowhere near a gas station in the neighborhood. My boss is like, all right, I don't want you to do it, but you got to do it to get to the gas station or wherever you got to get to get air, or fix it flat until I can get it back to the shop. You know, we had AAA, but there was one time where we had it was just multiple things happening within a 6-month period, and that's how you have a certain amount of tows with AAA in a 6-month period. And one time we used all our tows and was like, we got to get it back to the. So what I did was I used the I had 134A and I had R22. That's when R20, you know, back when it was more, now they're phasing it out, but so I used some R22 and filled up some air in the tire and got it to the gas station. So I've done that before. My boss taught, you know, he's like these tips and tricks that'll get you out of a situation where you need it, but you know, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I got it to the gas station. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I can call AAA because I have AAA. Make sure you want some type of roadside service if you're doing this type of work, unless you want to spend the money for towing. I get the first 100 miles free because I got the plus. So I'm like, well, I don't want to wait. I'm on a route. I was just about to head to the next job, and then they were, you know, I called them when I got in the van. So anyway, I fill it up again. I got to a, you know, air pump gas station. So I go in the gas station. The first thing I buy was Fix-A-Flat, just to see how much of a hole it really was. And yeah, that was pretty much a waste of money. I mean, I've used Fix-A-Flat in the past, and it's worked, and it's gotten me, you know, all the way where I need to be, no problem. Several times, several different situations. So I just wanted to see. I'm like, okay. That didn't work. The slice was too much. So the next thing I do, I'm like, all right, let me pump it up. So the Fix-A-Flat did help to clarify the hole, and because it just was shooting out of it. So all I did was at that point I bought a tire plug kit, and pretty much that's what saved me. I put like 2 plugs in there and pumped up the tire, and my tire pressure light was good for the rest of the day. Now this morning, I pumped it up a little bit. Now I'm getting a tire today. I should have got it first thing, but the tire place I go to, since I moved, I still go to the tire place I've been going to for years. So it's in a different, I want to say, city. You know, if you're familiar with Palm Beach County, there's different cities in the county, and that's in West Palm, and you know. So anyway, I have to go up there today and get it, and I'll probably do it after this job, because right now I'm still holding up, and I'm not doing any fast highway driving or anything like that. I'm just on the street. So the first job was maybe 20 minutes away from me. So that's how. Yeah, I mean, that's why I've said it before. I know I have. It's not if it will happen, it's when it will happen, because it will happen. So those things will mess up your day and make you feel like, but once you get through it and you get to the rest, I mean, my boss used to say, everything ain't peaches and cream. You know, he's old school. It's like sometimes you just gotta deal with it, move on, and you can't be mad at it. That's life, and keep on moving. Today, I got it's not, I don't want to say a real busy day. I don't have any installs today, so roughly everything today is new, and which is 6 jobs, 6 new jobs. One is a COD for today, and that's how it is. I mean, some days gonna be like this, and that's why I always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, that's why I have, you know, consistent 6, 7, sometimes 8 jobs in a day, because I have multiple warranty companies. Somebody asked me in the comments, how many warranty companies you with? I'm like, I wanted to say every single one I can get with, but I just put a list of things and just to give an idea about certain things. And certain questions you guys ask, I have no problem answering. But there's a lot of things that, you know, you can look up as well. I guess at the end of the day, when I started, there wasn't as much information on how to get with warranty companies when I, you know, was watching YouTube and all that stuff. And the main channel I watched for the business side aspect of appliance repair was the City Boys, RS, City Boys RS. He was explaining a lot of, you know, how he operates his business, and, you know, how should, you know, you don't have to agree with everything. You pick and choose on which, because he doesn't deal with warranty. He likes direct sales and COD, which is ultimately the best route to go, but it's the harder route to go, no doubt. You know, if you can't deal with the headache and the ups and downs that come with warranty work, that's going to be your only option, is to go the direct sales way and COD and just try to advertise and make that work. But if you want to step up to help you know, warranty company, but there's cons with working with warranty companies as well. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I had a job yesterday. This lady's been dealing with the warranty company for a while. She had a Samsung refrigerator. She needed an ice maker. She didn't know in her exclusions that the ice maker's not covered. So, you know, she was threatening to cancel them. But she had another issue with her second refrigerator in the garage. So they said, we can cover your ice maker or we can fix the fridge in the garage. So she called and asked me, and I said, you know, that's kind of up to you. But ultimately, she ended up opting to fix the fridge in the garage, and it was just a defrost issue, you know, no problem, fixed. But as you submit, and that's why you don't sometimes, and that's the thing, I've been with this warranty company so long now, since I've actually started my business, is just that I know what they will and won't cover. Sometimes they surprise me, or sometimes, you know, they do some stuff to piss me off, but at the same time, it's I knew her issue was under, you know, a covered item. I knew it. So as I'm telling what she needs, and I get a response saying item is not covered at this time per policy exclusion, we'll let the customer know. You know, I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I still fixed it for her because she's an older lady, and I know I can call her and get the, you know, the rest of the money and all that. But that's still, if I was to tell you guys, that's the wrong thing to do. Don't fix it yet. Even if you have to be at the house and send it for approval while you're at the house, don't fix it yet, because you don't want to spend any money, waste any money on that you don't have to. So that was just my error, but I was fine with that. You know, I was fine with fixing the old lady stuff. And sometimes, like, I've been bringing up this episode today. Is just like, my boss always like, all money's not meant to be made sometimes. Sometimes you got to do things just because of the goodness of your heart. So, but maybe 20 minutes later, I get another update saying, oh, please disregard the last email. It is covered for blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So that's why I said maybe it's just all how you think, the positivity, but it didn't bother me that much, because a lot of times, sometimes I'm like, man, you guys are not covering anything. You know, I can't make any money. So it's just, it worked out like that, and I don't know what changed. I didn't call the customer. It was already fixed, so, you know, a lot of times customers are not going to really care if it's not covered. Well, it's already fixed, whatever. But I don't know what happened. I just got like I said, another email saying it was covered, which is great for me, so I can submit it and get more money. So yeah, sometimes every video I try to point out certain things that I might miss the last video or the video before, but that's how it is. Me personally, if I had enough, I don't know. I like the route that I took, only because maybe I have experience with warranty. My last company I was working with, all we did was warranty, and my boss used to tell me about a lot of things going on, what we have to do, how we have to do it. So I was kind of groomed in that aspect. But now I have to try to train myself to not want to think like that, or put all my hope into warranty companies thinking that they're always going to give me work, or I'm always going to be getting work from them. Like I said, I've been with another company and we got dropped. When I was with my company, who did we get dropped by? No, it wasn't like we got dropped because he didn't really care. He's like, oh, whatever. But it was a manufacturer. It was GE, I think. Was it GE? It might have been, because when I first started, we were with Frigidaire, GE. We were with all the manufacturers. I gotta take that thing down. We were with all of them, and by the time I left, the last company we were still with, as far as manufacturer warranty, was Frigidaire. So yeah, he was saying a lot of things you benefit on, a lot of things you don't. It was at some point where when we weren't really benefiting as much, let me get this because it's gonna annoy me, from Service Matters. We weren't, we were benefiting, but not as much to pay what we were paying for all the techs we had and stuff like that. And nowadays you can find a lot of information within the machine or online. But new guys, I would say, get some type of technical support somewhere. You want to know, you don't want to guess, but I always say that, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Where am I at? I'm pulling up to this next job. If you're familiar with South Florida, Palm Beach County, a lot of places have a lot of gated communities down here. And I say that because wrong way. I say that because where I'm from, like up north, Philly, New York, them places. Born in New York, raised in Philadelphia, but always used to go back and forth. So up there, I didn't, coming down here, you see a lot more warranty a lot more gated communities than you would, if you're not used to it. So most of my calls, a lot of them are in gated communities. That's where I want to be, so those are the type of customers that I'm aiming for. And that's why I said I dealt with warranty, because those warranty customers are the type of customers you want. That's it. That's the best way I can say it. Sometimes you get customers that are low income and they'll still pay you. It all depends on where you go and who you're dealing with. But I tend to don't do as much as that, because a lot of times it's tenant-landlord situations, and the landlord, they'll just go find another machine somewhere and replace it rather than fix it. So, that's how it goes. I think that was it for this week. I didn't want to do too much. It's longer than I thought. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but like I said, I'm going to try to start doing this every time. I want to thank everybody who's subscribing, thank everybody who's watching. If I can inspire people, I hopefully will. All the practices that I put into my appliance repair, it can be in part of life. That's it. Every day you have to learn something, I learn something every day. That's pretty much it. And keep doing you. But all right, guys, but I'll see you guys next time. See, this is what I'm talking about. I have to wait just to get in. It's a busy day today. But rain will slow you down. You want to slow down out here. Don't go too crazy. Accidents can happen. So, all right, guys, take it easy.